shoes. There we go. Hey. Well, so my little vacation is over. It was nice. I tried to share what videos I could that were appropriate and coherent, because I wasn't always coherent. I'll tell you what, if you've never been to Las Vegas, bring walking shoes. Don't bring high heels or fancy shit, because you will walk. It's like, oh, look, it's one block to this restaurant. And no, hey, C4. And it's not. It's like a whole freaking mile and a quarter. So we literally got like 20,000 steps in a day in that place. So any alcohol we drank was quickly burned off. But I got to tell you, hey, Dan. Hey, C4. Hello. I got to tell you, I'm kind of glad I do road trips with preps in mind, because we got stuck. That winter storm that hit the East Coast actually screwed up flights in and out of Vegas and Denver, and Denver was getting hit also, and we were getting delays in airports. We were getting stuck in the hotels while traveling around, so we had to get a little bit creative. Hey, little Lone, how are you? And it never hurts to know in the back of my mind, well, in my hotel room, I have water, I have snacks, I have a first aid kit. You take it for granted, right? You go on vacation, you're like, I don't want to think about stressful shit, right? I don't want to think that I might need a first aid kit. I don't want to think that I might need a snack because I'm stuck in an airport. But when it happens, you really want to have that stuff in your backpack. It was fun. I do recommend, like I said, if you go to that town, definitely walking shoes, and definitely, as always, make sure that you got some basics with you. Uh, think about it. You're in a hotel or casino hotel, like in Vegas or anywhere else, LA, New York, Houston, and the lights go out in your hotel, and now you're in a building with maybe, thousands, hundreds, if not thousands of other people who are now all in the dark, none of whom you know other than your immediate party. And it's probably a good thing to have things like a flashlight with you, because you don't want to be bumping around in the dark because you don't know who the hell's there. It would be an error to believe that everyone who stays in a hotel is a good person, because usually they're not. You're always going to get bad players no matter where you go. And man, my live stream's absolutely doing weird shit, y'all. Hold on a second here. Hey, Estatine, what's going on? What town y'all talking about? I was talking about Las Vegas. Hey, Diego. Buenos días de Argentina. Me alegro que me estás visitando. I haven't been. The last time I went to Argentina, I was in Puerto Maduro in Buenos Aires, and then I spent a week in Neuquén. And I love Neuquén. Like, if they chase me out of Texas, I'm going to Argentina. I'm just gonna hide in the mountains by Patagonia and bah. That's it. I'll just fall off the world. But hey, Cha, good morning. How are you? So anyway, yeah, as I was saying, if you're going to Vegas, bring good walking shoes. We were smart enough to do that, so that was good. Why aren't you playing Stalker 2 right now? I don't have Stalker 2, man. I'm still having a grudge match with a couple other military guys in Battlefield 4, which is, I know, a little bit old school. We were doing it on BF1, and then the server started acting weird, so I jumped back into BF4. We really need to find Argentina was Portuguese. No, that's Brazil. Brazil is Portuguese. Rooster, possibly. Hey, Ren Gusan, hello, welcome. So if you go to a city like that, whether it's Houston, Austin, Las Vegas, Denver in particular gets these weird snowstorms, Los Angeles, it's just a lot of walking. Make sure you have boots or walking shoes, good ones. Don't go to Las Vegas only wearing high heels for the ladies or business shoes for the men. You're gonna die. Bean soup for the win. There you go. You definitely want to be able to move around, not just for preparedness or emergency reasons, but just if you're walking around everywhere, you're gonna die walking in high heels. Like I said, going from one casino to the other just to have lunch was literally, yeah, it was right under a mile to go from A to B. And when you look at the map, it doesn't look that far. Hey, winning streak, what's going on? Exile to Argentina. So Rooster, to Rooster and Astatine's point, when I went to Buenos Aires the last time, which was a business trip, one can between one's loins. There you go. The last time, hey, random dude, what's going on? Last time I went there, all the food was very Italian in Buenos Aires. And when I talk Italian, I'm talking it was up there with the stuff in Brooklyn and Jersey and Queens. Like, it was genuine Italian, but the beef was phenomenal because Argentina is a big ranching country as well, and it's a wine country. The wine was amazing. It was just great. The beef was phenomenal. You could get what we would pay $100 a person for about 25 American down there. And I mean, with a waiter per 3 tables. So it wasn't like, you had to wave down some knucklehead across the restaurant. That's awful. But it's a cool place. It is very European. And the culture is very Italian. At least that was my take. But there were a lot of German surnames. So to the point, after World War II, Italy, Germany, France got devastated. And a lot of people moved to Argentina or the US or Brazil, which is why you have these beautiful eclectic cultures now in those places. Hey, Daryl, what's going on? So anyway, if you're traveling, definitely the flashlight. I know I joke about that, but we had people we knew who were traveling to go skiing in Colorado, and they got caught somewhere and the lights went out on them. And the dude was like, and he's an outdoorsy guy, so he always has like his little kit of shit. And he's like, I was the only guy with a flashlight that wasn't his cell phone. So he's walking around in the dark. Hey, Billy. But hey, Joy, no worries. Be safe. All day, every day, yeah. Also keep my pocket knife. Now remember, you cannot fly with a pocket knife in your carry-on. So don't do what I did a few months ago and get your knife thrown in the garbage, or TSA takes it and gives it to his cousin. Put it in your checked luggage. That is allowed. Cloth napkin, tablecloths. The cost of a Taco Bell binge. Staff scrambled to bring a new one. SRD. That's terrible, man. I'm surprised they didn't throw you out. They'd be like, enough of you. Gvadam, and that's it. You get run off. But actually, Tovai is Russian, not Croatian or Bulgarian. But anyway, hey, Diego, what's going on? But when you have those little things available in the hotel room or in your rental car, it kind of puts your mind at ease. Like, okay, I don't have to overstress about, well, if something happens. I will tell you that certain places were a lot jankier than I remember them. And we went to Fremont Street, which was just a weird, it looked like someone tried to take a piece of New Orleans and stuck it in Vegas. But there was like this meth head guy who was following a family, and it was a husband and wife, and they were young with little kids. And we were in front of them, and then there was meth head was right behind them. And my wife saw it because I saw a bunch of people behind me, and she looked at me and I looked at her. And so we moved to the side, and all of them kept going. And then my wife's like, yeah, we need to go the other way. And then meth head was like, hey, can I ask you a favor? I'm like, sorry, man, I can't help you. And we're late. And we turned around and went the other way. And so homies started following us back into the main drag. And I'm like, okay, game on. So what we did, there were some cops at the ends of this pedestrian area with all the shops. So we kind of went by the cops, were asking them directions. And they're like, oh yeah, you go to the restaurant, whatever. and Methy boy walked off. So then we started following him. My wife started recording him, right? So and then he looked and saw us following him, and she's recording him, and he freaked out, which was funny. Now we made him paranoid, right? So he walked down, and we showed up again because we just happened to be going that way. And so we started fucking with him, right? And we kept like moving in different sides of the street. And every time he turned around, we were somewhere there. And then he freaked out, and he ran through traffic, which I didn't want him to do. But then he said something to someone, and the lady yelled at him. So I don't know what he was doing. And then like new cops showed up, and they were like, "Come here, dude." And they had a conversation with him, and then he left the street. So, hey, Wolf, what's going on? So anyway, yeah, we fed the paranoia of the meth head, who was being a pain in our ass anyway. So that's what he gets. But yeah, pay attention to stuff like that, and they can pick out, local people can see, oh, there's a tourist, and we dress kind of to match the local environment. Yeah, they're already paranoid, so now I was like literally following him, but not on purpose. It was just a follow of convenience. But now my wife was taking pictures of him, and she was gonna do like this string of meth head videos, and then the guy really flipped out. So, and then he ran away. So that was, we did everyone a favor, right? Because now he's off the street, and he's not gonna get hit by a car, and he's not following us or anyone else. So, which was nice. But hey, Sec, what's going on? So having those little preps was nice. Definitely dress for where you're going, so you don't stand out too much. And it's been so long since I've had a vacation where I wasn't interrupted by work that I actually was able to pay attention to this kind of shit. Hey, take care, Winning Streak. Glad you made it, hon. Hey, Canadian, what's going on? And Billy, if I didn't say any hello to anyone, I'm missing some folks in the chat. Have cash. That we did that in advance. We had each of us was carrying cash, and we had some in our carry-on and envelopes. So we didn't have to keep pulling out the debit card. We could put some cash in like your shirt pocket, and if it was some miscellaneous like getting a Coke or a beer or something, I could just take a 20 out, pay for it, and walk off. In the worst case, someone snatches a 20 from me. It's like, oh well, that sucks. And don't have to keep pulling out the wallet with all the cards and the ID and everything, because you don't want to do that. That's another trick I learned from a PI down in Houston, was if you're traveling to a strange place, if you go overseas, like we were talking about Argentina earlier, I will go to my bank, right? And you can go to any bank, Chase, Bank of America, or Wells Fargo, whatever, even your local bank, and you can pull sidewalk second cutting haylage pot. Oof, that sounds like a lot of work, farmer. Flip phone and to toss it. Carry a throw wallet's another good one. Hey, Vision. Did Vision sneak in on me here? Hey, there he is. What's going on, man? But having the cash, it enables you to put some in different pockets, so you don't have to keep taking out the wallet. When I go overseas, what I'll do is I will go to my bank and say, okay, I want, say $200 American, convert it into Argentinian pesos, euro, whatever it is, bolivars, depending on where I'm going. And I'll do that like 3 weeks ahead of time. And they'll call me usually within 5 days if it's one of the major banks and be like, hey, we have your currency. One, you'll pay less. It's a single-digit interest or courtesy fee versus like in the airport, you're going to hit with 20%. It's a huge difference. Two, when I'm in country, I don't pull out American dollars unless I'm in the bank or I'm at the hotel, because they expect that. If I'm out and about, like when I was in the Buenos Aires a few years ago, if I was on the street, I put the Argentinian money up here. So someone asked me, hey, it's 20 pesos, whatever, I would reach out here and hand them. And it was up here. So if anyone reached for it, I was going to see their hand. Two, I had local money and I speak Spanish. So the accent yeah, kind of blended in. I started imitating their accent. I do carry my wallet in my front pocket too, Chad. That's absolutely, because I'm going to feel someone grab my crotch, right? I may or may not feel or register someone crashing into me in my butt. I'll feel someone grab my ball. Some hands come here and I'll be like, yo, no, that's not what you do. Also, it's in your periphery, right? I mean, all joking aside, you're going to see movement here more than behind you. But yeah, having the currency for the local, and even if you're staying within the US, if you're going to go to a different city, like a place like Vegas, you go to LA, you want to keep taking the wallet out, right? You keep the big bills there. You keep the, and I always get, when I go to the bank, I try to pull, oh, that's interesting. Hold on a second here, folks. There we go. When I go even domestically, locally, I will have, I will carry smaller denominations up here. I'll go to the bank and I'll ask him to give me fives, singles, and tens. And my wife laughs because I'll split a bunch of ones and fives and tens with her. And she's like, we're going to the strip club. And then she throws the dollars at me. I'm like, really, girl? And now the corgis have the money and they're running around with that. So now I have to chase potatoes with dollars. And I really need to record next time she does that, because that's funny as shit. And she's done it to me twice now. But yeah, Hobo McMuffin is not a bad attire. Well, you don't want the cops to pick you up either, right? You got to find that fine line between dressing to fit and looking like a hobo or a crackhead, right? Because then you get cops as opposed to crackheads, and that can be unfun as well. But having the money spread out, strip next time. No, nobody needs to see that, Trent. God bless. Trent. Just throwing like peanuts at the stage from the audience. But yeah, all joking aside, have your cash split up, and this is common sense, right? But also have smaller denominations. So, but yeah, I'm back in the grind. But now nobody's at the office because it's either hunting season or they're using up all their vacation. So I'm here like a dummy. And there's like 6 of us in the office today, and we're kind of floating around town. So what we did today was our expense reports, and then we're looking for all the company and like industry events, happy hours, Christmas parties, and we were registering for all this shit. So I basically have like my social calendar planned out locally for the next 2 weeks with all my coworkers. As long as everyone gets home, they're great. But in any case, folks, those are just a few of my tips on travel. And I know I talk about it a lot because that's kind of the theme of my channel. But because it's been so long since I had a really reliable teammate that could cover for me while I was on vacation, everything I did was on autopilot. And this time I had a little bit of time to actually stop and think about what I was doing. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? I didn't do this on my last trip. And I catch myself forgetting stuff. Hey, Ghost, good to see you, man. I got dollar bills. But anyway, folks, you guys be good, be safe out there. I got a video posting tonight. Once I kind of get caught up with work, I'll start doing my premieres and my live streams again, kind of like I was before. But you guys be careful out there, be safe. And, if you're traveling, plan it out so you don't have to worry about it. In my mind, worrying a little bit on the front end and planning it out means you have less to worry about. God forbid something happens. And let's face it, we're all preppers for a reason. It's because something happened at some point in our lives that made us worry about this. So anyway, hey, and don't forget, tomorrow night, I got to get it set up. We're supposed to have the 4 Horsemen with Vision, myself, Lou, Mike. It's on my channel, I think, because we took last week off. So I think it's me. I got to make sure Vision could probably comment on that. I think it's me hosting this week. But you guys be good, be safe, and keep out of trouble out there. We'll see you later. Bye.